And good morning to everyone. The storms have passed, and we've got damage behind. We'll talk about that this morning, what all went on yesterday, and as we move forward. It looks to be a lot better day. It'll be cloudy, gradually getting that sunshine there, and a little breezy today as we'll get to high of about 64. Not much difference than it is now. We're sitting at 57. We'll hit that 64 mark here in just a little bit. About, 7 degrees difference there? We'll talk about everything that's coming, what's the weather going to do for the next 7 days. Boy, did we get some rain. And let me remind you, and we'll look at some pictures here in a moment, as you get ready to head out this morning, make absolutely sure that you drive a little bit slower. A lot of these roads have runoff now that have overtaken roadways, and it's breaking daylight, and, well, we don't want the roadways underneath that washed out. We've seen that before. You hit a pothole and your car fall off in it. So we'll get into all that, talking about that. And if you have some pictures of that and know some damage on roads, please let us know so we can pass it along to others so they don't have to get involved in that. Good morning, Margaret McDonald. Glad to see you there. Charlotte Gray is up. Thank you for watching there. Also, Miss Mary. Oh, I'm going to say your name wrong, so I'm just not going to say your last name. I'm really working on my Louisiana talk, my Cajun. I'm going to school for this. Donna White, how are you today? Milton, good morning. Donna Roseman is up. Roy Ellis is up as well. A few folks stirring there. Boy, did we have some weather yesterday. I appreciate all the comments and everybody that passed along information to us as we began yesterday and went through those storms. If you haven't heard by now, after our weather ended, New Orleans, Louisiana got hit hard last night. Here's a few pictures of this. Let me show you this. This is from just a bad scene. It was hard hit. We'll get some more pictures as daylight comes about from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hopefully, and I have not had time to dig into all of it to make sure there was no loss of life last night in Louisiana, but it's a lot of damage that I'm seeing so far this morning. We'll talk more about that this morning as we get the day going. One of the things, and we're getting details on this now, Rush Hospital, from what I understand last night, had a window pane shot out, a door of a drive-by shooting. The people that were last seen that did this was headed toward 10th Avenue, believed to be possibly in a white Pathfinder. If you were in that area last night on 14th Street and saw anything, call the Meridian Police Department. They'd like to hear more about you. It got really active after the storm passed. We'll tell you why here in just a second of what went on there. Now, as we begin this day, I'm so glad to see you. Hope you're doing well, you and your family. We have to be thankful for the minimal damage that we got yesterday. It could have been a lot worse, as we found out that one family's home was totally destroyed. Brand new mobile home gone. Not much left. Picked up, I showed a picture of where the slab set last night where the red dirt was. Nothing there. Gone. Here's I had this sent in to me, and this was a picture of the tornado in Kemper County. And let's look at this video real quick here. We got this posted on Facebook, and this has pretty much gone viral all across the United States. Look at that in the background there. And let's turn this on where you can see this. Huge storm. Now, that is the tornado that would go on to Damascus and do all of that damage yesterday afternoon. Here's some video of one of the homes and yards that was damaged there that I also got yesterday as we take a look at this. That's just one of the many places that had damage as we go through some of these pictures that happened. Here's pictures of another mobile home that had damage there yesterday also. That's the roof on that damaged. Roof peeled back, trees up. Pretty big pine tree there taken down. And if you've got pictures, we'd love to see from you. Yesterday, and I need to go back and find it, Clay Young sent me some pictures, some video from his place off of 19, looking back toward Kemper County in the distance, probably the same tornado at that time. Boy, Milton, Old Jackson Road, I didn't get an exact address on that when it was sent in. It just said Damascus area is the way it was worded, that last video that I showed. The monster that went into New Orleans last night, and this is just a quick snippet of what is floating this morning as this came into New Orleans. If you'll look at this, this is a big one. As you can see there, that was big, and there's other pictures of that we'll find today of what went on in New Orleans last night rather. And again, it was one of those bad ones because it was dark when it came in. Now, as I mentioned this morning, as you're getting up going, be careful because of the roads. Look at this. This is Valley Road, about a quarter of a mile underwater. This was somewhere around 10 o'clock last night. They were shutting the road down. Probably not safe to travel just yet, but let me show you this. This is Bronson Road is where this is. Let's look at this picture here. About a quarter of a mile. See it over the road there? There's going to be many more of these pictures today. Matter of fact, I've got some pictures here, I believe, from the Snowden Hills area. Yeah, this is Snowden Hills. This is right past the Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville. I want you to look at this. This was before dark, the streets there. As we go to this, look at this. Look how much water has come down. Now, as all this stuff runs off, it just creates a problem. That's what I meant a minute ago by be careful where you drive, because it can get up under roadways and culverts and make something soft, and then you drive across it, and the next thing you know, your car falls in it. We don't want any of that happening to anyone this morning. So county roads, slower places, just be very, very careful there. And make sure you know what you're getting into before you cross it this morning. Now, as these storms were wrapping up in our area, and I was sitting in here last night going over a few things, posting the police reports of who's been naughty and who's been nice on the different police departments around the area, I get a message that a robbery had just taken place. This happened around 8:30 last night, Highway 493. Bad guys were out, and we got a picture of the bad guy. This would be the Shell station as you're leaving town. You've got PV headquarters, and then that Shell station right next to it. Here we go. This is the gentleman that is a suspect in the robbery. He is a white gentleman. He walked in, and again, sometimes I can see a tattoo is not the greatest picture due to the fuzziness of it. It's just camera systems. But as we get this from the Meridian Police Department, we learn that the armed robbery occurred right around 8:30. That's the 5200 block of Highway 493, the Shell station there. He entered the store, used a firearm. This makes it strong armed robbery, and demanded the money. He fled in a white Nissan northbound on Highway 493. If you recognize him, please call. Now, it doesn't, I assume that to be a Nissan car. It didn't say anything. I'm not sure that this would have anything to do with the same car that was involved in the Rush Hospital incident or not. We'll try to get into all of that today and get more answers for you as daylight breaks. Boy, what an active evening it was. Now, in Meridian, we've also got a 16-year-old that is missing. We want to get her picture out. Her name is Kyla, if I'm pronouncing that, Callie, maybe it's pronounced that way, McCoy. I must have skipped school that day when we done that sounding out to make sure that I do pronunciations right. But as we go to this, she's 16 years old. She is missing from Meridian. If you happen to see her, the Meridian Police Department would love to talk to you. The last person that came up, she inboxed me, and she goes, "Hey, I'm not missing. Right down the street," and so I contacted the police, and they got the family back together. But we don't know this. She's 5 pounds, weighs 220 pounds, last seen on the 12th in the area of Highway Village Apartments. Her family would love to know where she is and have her back. Again, 16 years old. Let me show you that picture one more time there of her. She'd love to, the family would love to have her back. If you know anything, please contact the Meridian Police Department. Now, the next thing that we look at this morning is we're learning slowly. We don't live in a world where honesty is anymore. It's just the facts of life. I wish I could tell you that, as we did when I grew up, that you could leave your back door unlocked for 2 weeks and never miss a thing. Y'all remember those days? I do. I was a kid. It was a rarity that we had anything go on in our community. It was small, it was tight-knit, and somehow another crime is spread across the United States. Nowadays, when you pull up to a store, how many times have you done it? You might not have done it lately, but you used to, where you leave the car running and you're going in to grab a piece of bubble gum for the kids or a quick drink, and you come back and you open the door and, well, your car's gone. That's what happened here. This is we get this in from the Meridian Police Department overnight as they're trying to solve a crime. A gentleman pulls up to the Exxon gas station on Highway 19 North. He goes in to get something, and the passenger that's in the car with him gets out to get something also. When they return, guess what? No car. And it happens to be, if you watch the video, and we're going to play this, a car pulls up to buy gas. A gentleman walks in to get gas, and his passenger gets out of the car. I had to watch it a couple times to catch it where he come from. The passenger gets out of the car at the gas pump, gets in the car and drives off. Hopefully they'll find it. Somebody's bound to recognize eventually. The video pretty good on this, and let's pull this up again. Let's put this full mode where you can see this real good. Now it has some background noise in it, so expect that as we watch this. But again, this is the Exxon station, Highway 19 North. Right here, this car right here is what we want to watch. This is the gentleman getting out of the car here. This is like a play-by-play thing, isn't it? He goes inside the store. It won't be but just a moment here that we see the gentleman in the passenger side decide to get out. Now watch this car back here. All right, he's getting out. No one has gotten out of this car behind him just yet. Okay, the driver's getting out. And the driver looks to be a female there. And I'm sure that there's more video footage, but if you caught that was a female. All right, he's getting out of the car now. Here he comes. And off he goes. And that's how quick. You know, did he know that anybody was in the back seat? Absolutely not. It could have been a child in there. But another lesson that we learned, and you'll see them come out of the store here in just a second. You can watch the video, the full thing of this, and discover that their car is gone. And that is how quick it can happen to you. I have to give them kudos. Their cameras are better than most that we've got around town. If you own a business, I highly suggest spending just a tad bit more money and getting better cameras. It protects you and your employees. And it helps identify the bad guys. Used to, you could take an image and you could catch them. It's just that, well, there's so much of it nowadays, isn't it? Again, I urge you not to leave your car running. Now, the next thing that we want to do, this is, let's go to Louisville, Mississippi. Louisville, we have a lot of people that watch us from Louisville, Mississippi. How are y'all doing? Glad you're in here with us this morning. This was pretty bad. This happened yesterday around 11 a.m. This is going to be on Boone Road, what I'm fixing to show you at the Crossroads grocery store. If you happen to know this person, seen this person, there's a $500 reward. Now, that's not a lot of money, is it? No, I know that, but it's not the fact of the money. It's putting someone that's bad in jail. I want you to watch how this gentleman enters the store, gun drawn already as he walks in to rob the store. Let's go to this video here. Again, this is in Louisville, Mississippi. Now, that's bad news. Robs the store. They are seeking this. And again, this is Louisville, Mississippi, if you're watching this. That's called not working for a living, is exactly what that is. Now, as you see, take the money there, and he's got the gun held down on him there. We've seen, and he's going to go behind the register at this point now, and this goes on. But maybe somebody in the Louisville area will recognize this gentleman here and bring him behind bars. Someone could have easily gotten hurt out of that. Thank heavens they did not. The Winston County Sheriff's Department is on this, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 662-773-35. Let's see, 662-773-5881 is the number to the Winston County Sheriff's Department. If you need that, inbox me. I'll get that to you. We want whoever this is caught. They were last seen driving a black vehicle and escaping the parking lot. I don't think any of us, the people that own that store, the people that, the Shell station, they work hard for a living. They have to go in debt to buy these stores to be there. All it takes is one. You don't make any money that week. You got to pay your employees. It's just wrong for somebody to take what's not theirs, and I think each of us agree with that. Gets my dandruff up. Now, of course, I don't have as much hair as I used to get a whole lot, but y'all know what I mean by the statement there. We need to catch these folks. If you know anything on that, please pass that along to the police department. They would like to know. The Meridian Police Department also, as we bring up one other person, they hadn't told us why they want to talk to them, but they seem to want to talk to them about something. We go back to our website at sammedia.network. That's SAMEDIA.network. You can read these stories and all of these there. They've got a criminal investigation. Would like to speak with, I'm going to call him Kemon Harris. They didn't tell us what case this involves, but they would like to discuss something with him. If you happen to know where he is in the Meridian area, they would love to talk to you as well to find out where they can go knock on a door and go, hey, talk to us about this. We got more coming up. Don't rush off. I'll tell you about a few things going around the state. We're going to talk about the forecast. All of that is on the way right here this morning, so stay close.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. And if you've got tree damage this morning, anything laying in your yard, and you're thinking, what am I going to do? Talk to my friend Mike. You can call Mike at 416-1233. Mike Reed, one of the most honest people that I also know that does a fair job and will take care of you. He's not one of these fly-by-night people. Born and raised right up there near Scuba, Mississippi. I knew him when he had that little greasy rag there when he started out owning a gas station and has grown and now does trees. Talk to Mike. He'll take care of you. Any type tree problem you have this morning from all these storms that pass through, Mike will help you out there. See, we learned that it is headed to the governor's office now. Finally, school teachers may be getting a raise as lawmakers pass it, and it is headed to the governor's desk to get a signature. That's good news for them. We had 2 people killed in Jefferson County yesterday. The Highway Patrol investigated a accident that happened there. 2 people were killed in that. Bad news, it was driven by a 20-year-old. The passenger also died, 20 years old. Condolences to the family on that. These wrecks are bad when they happen like that. A teen to face 30 years in jail for a 2020 murder that happened in Vicksburg. Senseless that things like this would happen to. He was 15 years old when he shot an 18-year-old and still will be tried as an adult. Very bad deal that happened there. Vicksburg, Mississippi. Wish we could do more on that. As we look to the headlines this morning, Russia loses their 15th top commander in battle, killed in the line of fighting there in Russia. It's going to be a sticky situation as we keep watching all of this going on in Ukraine. They've held on a lot longer than anybody thought. Hopefully this will come to an end soon. We're watching all that closely there. Have you heard about this? We'll talk more into this morning as we look at headlines. The 2 state troopers, we brought it up yesterday. This was in Pennsylvania. They pulled somebody over that they thought was drunk driving, and they got a call that something else bad happened, and they stopped the investigation. They go down the road to help whoever it was, and the drunk driver runs over both of the troopers and kills them. They've made an arrest in it. They finally caught the person. That's her being led into it. She was even bragging on Facebook 2 weeks before that she was the best drunk driver there was. They've got all this evidence. It's going to be bad for this person as they make arrest and do more with her. That's bad that somebody lose their life in the line of work. These smash and grab things is becoming very, very big. You've seen it. This time they hit Beverly Hills. glass window. They go up with sledgehammers and knock it out. They made off with $5 million in a matter of just like that. $5 million worth of jewelry. Daylight robbery. Everybody watching. They do it. They plan this and timed it. You're going to see more of this across America. Why? Well, there's not enough law enforcement. We all know that now. There's just not enough out there. All right, we got a quick look at your forecast coming up next. Don't rush off. We'll tell you all about it. The back porch of Meridian, located on Highway 19 North, invites you by to take a look at their custom-made woodworking. From wooden tables, chairs, swings, and day beds. Take a step inside and visit the local meat section, where you'll find ground beef, pork chops, and even local milk from Beeson Farms. And if you need a utility trailer, they offer single, tandem, car haulers, enclosed trailers. You name it, they have it. Ask about financing. It's all at the back porch of Meridian, 5570 Highway 19 North.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs and record lows, 1995. It was a warm day, 89 degrees today. Back in 86, it was still cold. We've had a couple of days here that a record was set then. 26 degrees back in 1986. As we look at that forecast today, expected to be sunny and 64 Meridian. Now, as you get to Philadelphia, a little bit cooler as we drive up through Noxapater, make our way through Louisville toward Mississippi State. We're going to be getting into about 59, 60, right around there, that mark there. South of us, Hattiesburg, 66. Beautiful Natchez sitting at 61, same as Vicksburg there on the river. As we cut across and look at Alabama, now this area here between Geiger, Demopolis, all the way over, taking in Livingston to Selma, doesn't look like there'll be rain, but the eastern side of the state, we'll get some showers today. 65 in Tuscaloosa. We'll get about 64 in Livingston also as we follow that forecast. As we look at the temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, we've got warm weather on the way. Although today is 64, warmer stuff right behind this. You'll see it there. Northern Texas getting it. As we look at this forecast, here's where we are today and what we expect to happen. 64 for high. We'll get down to 40 tonight. It'll be a little chilly. Now, expect some gusts today. We're going to have about 25-mile-an-hour gusts blowing through, so it'll be drying the land off, getting some of this rain that we had. By tonight, clear skies, we said 40. Tomorrow, warmer. Sunshine, 68. Great cleanup day for the yard. That's what's going to happen there as we go into Friday, the same. 68, and same as into Saturday, and we start seeing those warmer temperatures that are in Texas make it by Sunday. 72 on Sunday as we get into Monday and Tuesday. Look at that. All the way up to 83. No rain mentioned whatsoever. That extended forecast, we're going to stay in the mid-70s all the way through the 6th of April. And don't forget, April Fool's Day is coming, and it's going to be sunny that day, and, well, don't want any jokes pulled on you. That's on the way. Warmer weather right around the corner. Let's talk about fishing this morning. What's going on with that as we pull it up? Chet's Paint and Body tells us, well, today, best times to be out there is right at 7 o'clock. Going to be great fishing this morning. That's a major time. You can go back around lunchtime. Not too bad there between 11 and 12 if you get just a second to drop a hook in the water. West-southwest wind 5 to 15 with gusts of 25, and that's what we were talking about a minute ago. Be careful with that. 57 right now as we wake up. And a big thank you here. LaWanda Grantham, how you doing? Jake Harris is up. Let's see here. Wilson Road blacktop is washed away one lane. All right, appreciate you, Jake, for sharing that with us. Wilson Road. Let's see. Sandy Johnson is watching. We got any more roads that are damaged? From Philadelphia, Robin Sullivan, how are you there? James Sullivan watching us from Forest today. Good to see you also there. Jennifer Gilbert's, a crime getting worse it is. Chet Parker, good morning to you. Reggie McKee watching from DeKalb. Glancing through our comments here to see what else we've got. Good morning from Quitman, Kim Valkin, glad to see you there. Shannon Shepard, how are you today? Thank you. Said it was awesome weather coverage yesterday. Thank you for bragging there. Thank you. Tell your mama I said hello. Lamar Henry is up, doing a good job in Kemper County for us there. Denise Burnside joins us. As I was looking for more comments here that someone might have known where some roads are. I don't see any more right now. Donna Roseman, good morning to you. And also Flora Overstreet, watching from the Hickory community. Glad y'all are all here. Well, we got Candace getting ready to come in. She's going to help us out. We all kick into this at 8 o'clock this morning live. And we'll be able to tell you more as we're looking for suspects in Meridian as we went over those headlines there. And also someone involved with a shooting with a white Nissan truck that shot out a glass of Rush Hospital. That was after dark last night. Just crime, crime, crime. And it's our job to get the bad guys. We got to help the cops. That's what we do, and we'll get that done. Also, Louisville area. If anybody in that area knows anything, let us know, inboxes, or call the sheriff's department. I'll be glad to tell them something if you don't feel comfortable doing that. All good and well. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Miss Rachel Garrison. How are you doing there? From Union, Tyler Smith. Glad to see everyone there. Also, I wanted to thank Debbie. Debbie Alexander helped me out a lot yesterday behind the scenes of getting us stories and things that was going on. Deb and Big Charlie, that's her guard dog, on the scene. I want to say thank you for helping us out yesterday. I'll see you soon again in just about, well, we're knocking not long off from 8 o'clock. Don't forget, if you need a storm shelter, we have several places that you can get that. The precast group. I almost said that wrong, didn't I? They'll help you out. If storms bother you, do something now. They're very affordable. They can help you with finance and talk to them about all of that, different ways to do this. We want you safe. As we've talked many times, as we saw that yesterday, do not stay in a mobile home during bad weather. This is not our last round of this. We're going to have more coming. We're in the spring. That was a bad one yesterday. Could have been worse. So prepare and be ready for this next storm. Do that. And of course, Mike Reed, as we talked about him, if you need any trees removed. You got some issues this morning, something leaning over your house, you don't want it anymore. If you've got one on it, talk to Mike. They'll come take care of it for you. Thank y'all for watching. We'll join you live here in just a little bit as we'll go back live with the morning show beginning at 8 right here at the Scotty Ray Report. Thank you so much.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by our following partners: